Ever wonder why a 70s record, even on a cheap speaker, just sounds bigger and warmer than some modern hits? It's not just nostalgia and you're not imagining it. The secret is in the mix and how music was recorded before the digital takeover. Back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, nearly every major record was cut on analog tape machines, and that tape didn't just capture sound, it transformed it. Analog tape naturally compresses the audio signal, smoothing out the sharp peaks and adding this beautiful harmonic distortion. That's where that warm, full-bodied tone everyone loves comes from. It has this magical ability to glue instruments together, giving the entire track a cohesive feel that pure digital struggles to replicate. When you crank up Led Zeppelin or Marvin Gaye, that incredible thickness you hear isn't just clever EQ, it's tape saturation. The tape itself is literally adding harmonics, tricking your brain into perceiving more energy and richness in the mix. But there's another huge reason: dynamic range. Back then, engineers weren't afraid of quiet moments. Songs were allowed to breathe. The drums had a real punch. Vocals felt intimate and natural, and nothing was squashed just for the sake of being loud. Fast forward to today, and we're in the middle of the loudness war, where many mixes push every single element to its absolute limit. The problem is, when everything is loud, nothing truly stands out. Older recording sessions also had something else real: physical space. They used real instruments in real rooms, and all those little details mattered. You'd get mic bleed. Where one microphone picks up the sound of another instrument, you'd capture the room's natural reflections. You'd even have tiny human timing imperfections. All these flaws are actually what bring a recording to life and make our brains go, wow, this feels real. We can't forget the gear. Vintage consoles from iconic brands like Neve, SSL, and API weren't just tools. They were instruments in their own right. The transformers and preamps colored every sound that passed through them in a uniquely musical way. Even the distortion from old guitar amps and compressors created harmonics that felt organic and alive. This is all part of psychoacoustics, the science of how sound textures can literally trigger emotions. The good news is you can still capture that vintage vibe today. There are amazing tape emulation plugins. You can use light saturation to add warmth. And most importantly, give your mix space to breathe. Stop chasing loudness and start chasing warmth. Because real warmth doesn't come from sheer volume. It comes from depth and character. That's why Motown, Zeppelin, and Pink Floyd sound just as timeless today as they did decades ago. The sound itself was alive. If you want to dive deeper into what makes these old-school recordings so unbeatable, make sure you subscribe to Wild One Studios, where we break down the truth behind the sound. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.